Afternoon. I am really happy to be here with you today, together with my colleague Irina, and we'll try to share our perspective on accessible tourist practices. Sorry, is it okay? And to show you our model that we implemented here in Romania, very close cooperation between an NGO, non-profit, and our company, Accessible Romania by Sano Touring. I will start by okay. I'm trying to see why I cannot. Go on with the slides. Okay, I will try to fix this technical issue and introduce myself, describe myself. I am a woman in her 60s almost. I have brown hair. I am white and hazel eyes, and I'm wearing glasses. And today I am wearing a gray sweater. From the perspective, I will stop sharing and try to share again because it seems that doesn't work.
If you prefer, I can share it for you as you send it to me.
No, it's fine. If you can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So I'm working in accessible tourism and in accessibility for almost 12 years now. I founded Accessible Romania by Sano Touring in 2014, and I'm running it. Irina is my colleague there. She will tell you more when just now, just immediately. I am also involved in the non-profit sector with the CED Romania Association, an NGO non-profit, as a co-founder and board member. And at European level, I am representing Romania as national expert with the European Accessibility Resource Center, Accessible.ro, and also as an evaluator for the accessibility criterion with the former European Capital of Smart Tourist competition. Since this year, both European Capital of Smart Tourism and Green Tourism have merged into a single call for proposals. Irina, please.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I would like to briefly describe myself for those who cannot see me. I am Irina. I'm Cristina's colleague for almost 11 years. I'm a woman in my early 40s with fair skin and light brown hair, which I usually wear tied back in a ponytail. I have a lot of emotions, and but I'm trying to keep a big smile on my face. Regarding my professional experience, I focus on creating travel experiences that are adapted to each person's needs, because as my experience here at Accessible Romania by Sano Touring, I learned that every traveler is different. I'm also the project manager to Audara app, which will be presented later, where we work on measuring and improving accessibility in real environments. As my passion is tourism, and Romania as a as my country, and I believe that inclusive travel should be the standard, not the exception. Today we will talk about how we can deliver accessible tourism by combining real tourism services with digital tools. Thank you.
Well, I will make a short introduction for the SMEs in tourism, for the people in tourism who are not very familiar with accessible tourism. And I would like to discuss to present some aspects connected to accessibility, which are generated by the disability. So disability is actually diversity. Whether we are speaking about accessibility as a medical condition or a temporary situation, such as a broken leg or a maternity situation, or older persons conditions that come with the age. All these are part of the human diversity, and disability should not be considered otherwise than a regular, a normal way of a normal stage of life. So what is important is to take this as into consideration when designing accessible travel, accessible tourist services. Visitors are diverse, whether with disability or not. They come in all types of shapes, in all sizes, and their needs vary. So we cannot design travel services for an average tourist, but customized and in order to make every tourist feel welcome in our hotel, in our restaurant, or when talking with travel agents like we are. So what an important issue is to keep in mind that accessibility welcomes more travelers. When becoming accessible, a travel agency or any company or any organization working in tourism opens to a larger market than the regular one. And here, when we are usually talking about disabilities and accessibility, people usually think to ramps only, to persons that are having motor disabilities and who are using wheelchairs or any support, any assistive technologies that help them walk around. But very often we are not considering sensory or informational or experiential needs. Meaning by that some people use senses to perceive the environment. Others need a certain type of information to be information to be delivered in a very specific way, and others need clarity, need a predictable environment. And I will give you here an example. A person with disability needs to know exactly what's happening at the destination, and this is our role as accessible tour operator at Accessible Romania, to know exactly which are the accessibility features of all the venues that we are including in our products, because a barrier can ruin someone's life, someone's vacations, or visit in another country, or so on. So we have to know which are the accessibility features of all the venues along a tour, along a half-day tour, or whatever product we are offering, in order to make sure that our guests are not surprised. Because people can handle imperfections, but not surprises. Also, it's important to know that not all disabilities are visible. Many access needs are invisible, and we are talking here about conditions such as ADHD or chronic illnesses. That's why we do not have to rely on assumption. And also we have uh, to be clear and honest when delivering information. This is somehow connected to the example I gave you earlier about a wheelchair user. And also, invisible barriers affect participation, and this is mainly in the informational and in communication area. What the image shows is the Hidden Sunflower initiative, which is very an initiative that is adopted by more and more organizations connected to tourism or not. And this supposed to to use a lanyard or a sign with the symbol of the sunflower, saying that not that I have special needs, but to let know that we may need more attention. And this is an initiative that I hope to be adopted in our country, hopefully soon. When it comes to physical and mobility disabilities, like the wheelchair users especially, barriers are coming in all types of shapes, and it's about a route that is not it is not continuous, which becomes inaccessible. And here we are talking also not only about of wheelchair users, we are talking about blind persons that are using a white cane, but also with parents with their strollers that are trying to walk on the streets and maybe find some cars parked on the side row, and or cobblestones which are not in the right places. Also, it's very important for this type of special need, the toilets, the accessible toilets and the seating areas. They are really important. And when we design our tour, we give very important, great importance to this aspect. Especially when the tourists are traveling by car from destination A to destination B, and we need to know what's in between in terms of accessible toilets. When it comes to visual disabilities, sensory disabilities, they need non-visual information, which means especially tactile and audio guidance, and because they supporting their independence. Also for the persons with low vision, clear contrast and large print are helping in achieving this independence they all want. and also good descriptions. You have here in the image some pictures from an exhibition. I will talk later about it. And there are two examples of 3D models of um, historical buildings of the built environment. You can see on the wall the explanation in text in large print, and also some contemporary tactile artwork. And these are the main ways you will see all. These are the main ways for the people with visual disabilities to be part of, especially of the cultural experience, but also when they go to any public building, they have to be given the means to get oriented and be independent. When it comes to hearing disabilities, we have to think that deaf person's language is not the written text, but the sign language. So we have to think of that when delivering when having video presentations on our website, or when we present a hotel or a museum, to deliver the information in sign language, and also making sure that subtitles are available, because written information must be replaced missing audio one way or another, or ideally both, increase participation of persons with hearing disabilities. When it comes to cognitive or intellectual disabilities, their needs are specific in a different way. They need simple, clear, and structured information. And one of them is easy to read. What you saw that written information on the wall in the previous images, it's not only written in large print with a clear contrast, but also in plain language, meaning that complex information is translated in shorter sentences with common words in order for everyone to process the information delivers, and also supported by pictograms in any way, in any visible way. People with cognitive intellectual disabilities, neurodivergent person are supported, are helped are assisted to come and to participate again, especially to cultural activities. And last but not least, aging and temporary disabilities are part of life. I have mentioned before maternity. It may be a broken leg. It may be aging, which comes with some special needs along. So what responds to all these needs is universal design. Universal design helps everyone, not only persons with disabilities. And from this perspective, accessible tourism is actually universal tourism. And here you come to tourist specifically, the entire tourist chain, in order to be accessible for the entire tourist chain should be accessible on segments. You cannot have one segment accessible and another one not accessible, because it's ruining one's vacation. So about travel and departure, the information we are looking for is usually online. So we have to have information in a digital accessibility format. Websites should be accessible, and also the information provided on the website should be signalized as being accessible. Then it comes the confirmation and all the correspondence with the travel agent or with the hotel. Communication should be accessible. This means tourist staff should be trained and to know how to address, how to discuss, how to communicate with persons with disabilities. Again, arrival, moving around. It's about planes. It's about buses that should be accessible. Not only in the transportation mean, but also in the stations and with services, and again with staff ready to cater for the special needs, and so on. The entire chain. Once we are in this accessible tourist business, we have to make sure that every step of the way, the needs of persons with disabilities, the accessibility needs are met, and universal design, including of our services, is over there, because consistency is everything. And so this is what we are doing at Accessible Romania by Sano Touring. We started in 2015. We are NAT members, and NAT is the European Network for Accessible Tourism. It's the most representative international organization in accessible tourism. We are also affiliated to a number of European and international initiatives, and we are providing accessible travel programs across Romania. So this means for us to check, to validate the accessibility of locations that are across one type of another or another of tourist product, because we have a large range of products that are starting from accessible transportation to half-day tours or niche events or longer or shorter tour across the country. So the main issue that the main challenge, especially for a country like Romania, where accessibility is not a priority, has been not a priority, and unfortunately is not a priority, is how to create tools, how to assess the accessibility of the venues, of all types of venues, in order to create customized products to the needs of the traveler, of our tourists, instead of delivering mass tourism or larger groups services. And that's why, together with our partners from CED Romania, from the association, CED Romania Association, we co-created so-called, we called it the CED Accessibility Ecosystem. Tools that we have developed together with persons with disabilities. We designed solutions coming from the inclusive employment structure and our collaboration with persons with disabilities, and of course, cross-sector accessibility expertise. We are coming we have a tourist background. We got expertise in accessibility of built environment. Tourism is actually the field, the sector where accessibility is present in a very large, in very many perspectives. We have the accessibility of transport, we have accessibility of culture, accessibility of HoReCa sector with hotel, restaurants, and so on. We have leisure activities, sports. So it's the most complex domain where accessibility should be addressed. And this cross-sector accessibility expertise is one of the main strengths of this accessibility ecosystem we've created. So actually, what I'm talking about, it's about applications such as Audara, which Irina will present. Audara, it's a tool that helps us assess the accessibility elements of the built environment. We have ArtEcho, which is a platform that connects all types of exhibits with multimedia, audio information, and video in sign language. We are exploring this and exploiting these these products we have created in a dedicated unit called Accesibilitate 360, Accessibility 360, which is a sheltered unit, and where we have, for now, 4 colleagues with disabilities that are working on it. And we cover also the very important, the major component of accessibility, which connects to information, awareness raising, and education through this platform called Accessible Romania, in English, Romania-Accesibila in Romania. So we will tell you about each and every one of them, and I will invite Irina now to speak about Audara.
Thank you very much. Okay, so as Cristina previously said, Audara is a digital tool for assessing the accessibility of built environments, especially in tourism. This was the main idea. We started from museums, and then we extended to accommodation, restaurants, and other types of cultural venues. So what is Audara? Audara stands for Accessibility Audit Romania, in Romanian Audit Accesibilitate România. And it is a digital tool designed to assess the accessibility of everyday spaces, such as hotel, restaurants, or cultural venues involved in the tourist field. What makes Audara different is that it combines technical evaluation with real user perspective. The application was developed by CED Romania, the NGO non-profit association, and it is part of the accessibility ecosystem that Cristina said earlier. Our goal is not to just evaluate spaces, but to transform accessibility into something measurable, visible, and actionable. Okay, so why does it matter to have such an app? As you probably know the fact, around 16% of people live with some kind of disability, visible or not, and this number is increasing as society is getting older. Accessibility is often seen as a niche topic, but in reality, it affects a very large part of the population. Also, accessibility is about real people, real experiences, and real barriers. And as you probably know, one of the biggest problems in tourism is not only the lack of accessibility, but also the lack of reliable and clear information. Many places might be partially accessible, but visitors don't know what to expect. So, as Cristina said, no surprises. You better something that you know it's partially accessible than to have a surprise when you come at the location. For tourism SMEs, the situation is equally challenging. They often want to improve, but they don't know where to start, what matters most, or how to prioritize investments. And this is exactly what Audara is designed to address. What evaluates this application? Evaluates a wide range of spaces that are relevant for tourism and public life. Hotels, restaurants, cultural venues. But what is important is not only what we evaluate, but how we do it. And we have almost 350 parameters for accessibility, which combine three key elements: national legislation, the legislation from Romania, international best practices, and a real-life user experience, as we involve persons with disabilities when we go to make an audit. We go with persons with disabilities and they can have the best input for the audit. We are not checking. Sorry. No, it's okay. It's okay. Okay. Okay, so now we have a more practical presentation. First, we look at the different type of needs. We have 4 major needs: mobility, visual, hearing, and cognitive. And we have another 3 subcategories: persons with mobility difficulties or using assistive devices such as crutches, families or persons with children or strollers, and seniors or slow walkers. We use 2 criteria to evaluate: appropriate and inappropriate. Does the space meet the standards, or can someone actually use it independently and safely? And finally, we look at the impact. The impact is positive if the location is compliant, negative if not, is compliant to the categories mentioned above, or no impact or non-applicable. How Audara works. This is how the process works in practice. It starts with an on-site visit. We go to the location, we take measurements, we observe the space, and we talk to the staff. It's the most important to talk with the staff. We also collect photos, based evidence to document everything clearly. Then all the data is introduced into the application. Sometimes we need to make 2 visits at the location or to talk more with the staff. And the result is a clear structure report that organization can really use. Okay, so what is the value for tourist SMEs? Audara is not just an audit tool, but it's practical business tool. It helps clearly understand what needs to be improved. It also prioritizes investments because not everything needs to be done at once. They can focus on what has the biggest impact and then decide what they should do. The most importantly is that it opens a door to a larger and often overlooked market. What is the value for visitors? Although the report is not created for visitors directly, they benefit from the information and improvements that the application is generating. They finally have access to reliable information before choosing where to go because they are informed. This means they can plan it. They can plan the trip with confidence if the information is given exactly as it is. So we need to be honest. And what's the real impact? It is very important because this allows us to build a growing database of accessible location, and this database is important because it increases transparency and makes accessibility visible. It also supports continuous improvement because once you measure something, you can improve it. This is a short example of how the report looks. So we went to Novotel Bucharest City Center Hotel here in Bucharest. And we checked for accessibility every space, starting from the entrance, parking, lobby, room, restaurant, conference, wellness, and this is the part of the report. This report has 52 pages with photos and all the information. To conclude, accessible tourism is not a niche. It is a growing reality and a major opportunity. So Audara helps us to move from intention to action. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Irina. And I would add something. We tested Audara with in an Erasmus Plus project last winter with partners in Turkey and in Austria, and we were really happy to see that people who received very well our app and considered it very useful. It was a surprise for us at a hotel in Ankara, which was actually really accessible. I mean, and they told us that while analyzing the report, the report revealed two or three sections where they could improve. So this was a really good news for us, and certainty that our product is useful and general European wide applicable. Getting back briefly to the rest of the CED accessibility ecosystem, I was telling you about the ArtEcho. ArtEcho is a platform that connects exhibits of all types with information in multiple languages and also in sign language. It uses NFCs or QR codes to connect this way, and actually is a product that helps improving the accessibility of temporary exhibition for museums, for heritage, for painting, for sculptures, and so on. The platform also supports easy to read text or any other type of multimedia that connects to an experience that can be experienced by persons with disabilities. It is not an app that requires being installed, but on the visitor's smartphone. So this is also an advantage in using it. Then we have connecting Audara app and ArtEcho. We designed a pilot concept of a tactile exhibition where we gathered. We wanted to show for a city which was in 2023 the European Capital of Culture. We are talking about Timișoara. We gathered in an exhibition 3D tactile models of 25 cultural buildings across the city. Also tactile boards, tactile artwork, contemporary artwork all connected to ArtEcho platform, because we wanted to show that it can be done, and also to show that such an exhibition is also accessible and engaging for all types of public, with or without disabilities, and also for domestic travelers and international travelers. I was telling you about the sheltered unit we are running at the CED Association. We have 4 colleagues, highly qualified, that who are involved in web accessibility. I told you that information and communication is a very strong part of accessible tourism, as you know, and the tools should be accessible as well. Of course, we are using the products we have created, we have designed, and also we have a small 3D printing shop, because all this all this experience we gathered with Fill the City is helping us developing further projects across the country, scaling them to any type of exhibits. About education, we consider the education, information, awareness raising, and education on accessibility. We consider to be the core of any business, and especially in tourism. And that's why we created this platform that gathers accessibility, good practices, guidelines, tools, experiences, training in Romanian, because we noticed in our work, we noticed that English especially may be a barrier. So we are doing this we are bringing all this information in Romanian, so we can enlarge the participation of persons that should be aware of accessibility requirements, not only by law, but also because it's the normal way to do. And also we are involved in many training programs, and one of them, which is currently going on, it's an Erasmus Plus project called Winatur, and we are partners there, and we are very happy. The project aims to to create a course. Already we created it in several forms, a course on sustainable management of tourist destination. And accessible tourism has been introduced by us as a transversal approach of the sustainability of a destination, and we are very happy to have some modules in the course that we are explaining all these the importance of accessibility for a sustainable destination. And also we are involved both with both the travel agency and the nonprofit in various national activities. One of them is a national campaign named The Family of Millions, where we developed at the end of 2024. We conducted the study to assess the perception of the integration of the persons with disabilities in society. And it's important. This study is important because it shows us once more the topics that need to be addressed with deeper solutions and deeper attention in order to start creating a balance and normal communication between the groups of persons with disabilities and the other without disabilities. So from our perspective, the future of tourism is inclusive. And we would very much like to help SMEs, tourism SMEs, any other type of tourism operators, whether museums or any other cultural institution or any leisure operator to understand what's about inaccessible tourism and work together, because we need to shape it together. So I think this is our perspective. This is what we have done in the last years. And we think that more the collaboration between SMEs and organizations of persons with disabilities or NGOs are benefic for the accessible tourism market.